Welcome back to my channel. My name's Katie, and today I kind of just want to do a quick little Amazon haul, and I also just want to have like a sit and chat about a recent experience I had with product sensitivity and allergy. But I have run into that issue, so quick disclaimer, I will probably no longer be doing nail sets on myself until much later, after I know for sure that my skin has stopped having a flare-up. I think that I was incredibly lucky not to have been someone who experienced a more severe allergy, although I was in a great deal of discomfort and at a few times pain. And from other things that I've seen, it was definitely a very minor reaction compared to a lot of other things that people experience. So I just kind of want to go through my little experience and just share to you my symptoms and what I did to prevent it from getting worse, although my situation may not be your situation, may not be her situation. So what worked and what happened in my case may not work or happen in your case. And with any type of skin reaction, skin allergy, or any type of reaction to anything, you should always consult your doctor or at least an urgent care facility just to double check and make sure that it is not something worse or something that is going to progress to the point where you may lose part of your finger, which is a thing that completely happens. You can look it up online anywhere and see all types of weird reactions and fungus and bacteria that can get under your nails and into your body and cause a very severe reaction. So first things first, I want to go ahead and get into the little bit of supplies that I got from Amazon to help with still being able to do my nails and still be able to create nail art, which I was really upset when this first happened because my first thought was, wow, I can't even do nails now. But I will just be doing press-on art from now on, or I will be doing like acrylic art on full cover nails on a practice hand. That way I can still practice and create the designs and the art that I want to, and then I can always wear them once the product is cured. I don't want any more contact with uncured product until like a reasonable amount of time. And even then I want to still minimize my contact with it just because I've already had a minor reaction. I don't want to have a more severe one. So I did go ahead and pick up some items from Amazon. Now, I already had some full cover tips, but they weren't really like long. They were just, medium to long-ish. So I really want to get into doing some more extravagant nail art. So I did go ahead and pick up these 3XL stiletto nails, and I will link everything down below in the description box. I think these were around like $10. And let me grab one of the bigger sizes so that you can get a really good look at them. Now, the other set of nail tips I got, they do not have much of an apex, which will be perfect for me doing my acrylic art on top. These ones here do have a pretty reasonable apex. So these will definitely be better for just doing nail art or the lazy girl method if that's what you're into. But these are supposed to be, yeah, see, these are like very flexible. They don't turn white. Very nice. I like the feel of them. They're definitely quite bendy, quite comfortable, but they're still very sturdy. The tip is nice and sturdy. So I picked these up. They are quite long, so it does leave quite a bit of room for some nail art. So this is the first set of 3XL nail tips that I picked up from Amazon. So the next set of 3XL nail tips that I did get are supposed to be square. They're more of a tapered square, which is completely fine because I would have ended up tapering them anyway. I think each one of these nail tips I got has like 500, 600 pieces. So definitely a great amount of nail tips. And these do have a slight apex as you can see, but nothing too drastic, which is why I said that these will definitely be better for me to do my acrylic art on or my acrylic nail sets, just because it does not have all that extra apex. And again, these are supposed to be, yeah, oh, see, they did whiten a little bit, but I did press that quite a bit. But, I mean, you can't see it. So these are quite flexible. Bending it in half. Tip is quite strong. So definitely a really good set of nail tips. Again, I'll leave the link for these down below. And each of these, the other ones included, do have a very slight C curve, but definitely nothing too drastic. The last item that I got in this little mini haul is this nail art display stand. And what it is like these little stands for the full press-on nails, basically. And it's just a cute little flower, a little magnet. It's so pretty. I love that sparkle, and I absolutely love this camera. This would not have shown up like this in my older videos. That's absolutely beautiful. And it does come with pink and clear, and they do have like that that pearlescent like finish. So that's really pretty. I think this is also like $10, and it also has like the stand for when you're doing designs. You can do your design, cure it, and then put it on the stand and keep it out of your way. So that is the third item that I got so that I can continue my nail journey. So I kind of just want to go over my experience real quick and just share it for anyone else that may go through this or that may have a question about why they had, if this was a reaction to a product. Again, you should always consult a medical professional when having any kind of skin reaction, whether it be to a product, a food, anything like that. I suggest that you always consult a medical professional. Taking the advice of somebody on YouTube or Facebook or wherever it may be without also consulting your doctor is very ill-advised, and I do not suggest doing it. This is just my experience with a reaction and possible allergy, and I just wanted to share it since it is something that I went through. So a few weeks, well, let's start off at the very, very beginning. So about 2 months ago, I noticed that I was starting to have some itchiness and some redness inside of my fingers after doing acrylic. And I realized that it was from the monomer leaking out of the brushes, which I don't understand. It's just no matter what way I use them, somehow I always end up with monomer on my hands. The skin here is still kind of a little tougher than it was before, and only in this one spot where the monomer was spilling, and a little bit here as well. This side's a little bit rough too, but it wasn't anything serious, and I was just like, okay, I need to get gloves. So I started wearing gloves. And then about a month ago, I did a nail set, and within like the first day or two, I noticed that my fingers were getting very itchy. They were getting very itchy around the cuticle. They were acrylic nails with gel polish over them. So they were getting very itchy around the cuticle. They were getting very itchy underneath. They were getting very, very itchy in general. It started with my thumb. And as you can see here, my thumb is not normally quite that textured. I did catch this rather quickly, and I did treat it with a combination of sanitizing with rubbing alcohol twice daily, applying like an ointment, and then also applying cuticle oil and lotion, and keeping my hands extremely clean while I was having the reaction. But as you can see here, I kind of have like a little bit more texture like in here, and it's like that on a few different fingers. It's not just that one. This one was definitely pretty bad. As you can see, I have some like ridges that are there, and that's just to show how itchy and cracked and drying the fingers were. Like, it was very uncomfortable. was getting swollen. Like you could tell that there was swelling from the cuticle in like a lump here going up into the finger. It was swollen around the edges of my fingers, and especially where the extension was above my finger. It was incredibly sensitive on the sides where my skin was, because I had been growing out my nails for a while. So I believe this part is called the eponychium as well. I could be mistaken. I haven't taken school yet, but this part had started to grow out with my natural nail, as I was doing very, very well, maintaining my extensions and doing very minimal filing. I wasn't doing soak offs. I was only removing the nail in bulk. And then I was making sure that all of the lifted acrylic or whatever it was removed. And then I was sanitizing and applying back on top. So this is not a fungus issue. Now that you've heard that there was no fungus, this is definitely an allergic reaction. I did consult my doctor, and that's what I was told, that it is a reaction to something that I used. So yeah, my cuticles were itchy and swollen. The areas around my nails were itchy and swollen, and especially underneath where the nail touched the tips of my fingers. It was very uncomfortable. It started out on my thumb. This finger wasn't too bad. This finger was pretty bad. I just had a brownie. Please excuse me. This finger wasn't too bad, but the middle and the thumb and then the pinky was the absolute worst. As you can see, the pinky is in really rough shape. I'm trying to get as close as I can. It's actually like I'm going to lose this portion is going to come off. Now, I think the initial damage was caused by me banging my finger, but I did not get any kind of discomfort or pain until the allergic reaction started. So I don't know if it's a combination of the two together, but this is what my pinky is looking like. It's pretty banged up. I do have some separation of the nail plate and the underneath. As you can see, the underside of my nail also grew out on this one, which was great. You know, my nails were finally growing back to their proper length after years of nail biting. Everything was going so well. And then I had a product reaction. So that was the first time. After about a week and a half of me doing the rubbing alcohol, Neosporin, and cuticle oil / vitamin E lotion routine, my fingers did seem to be on the mend. So the next time that I did nails, I did decide to do full cover nails, and I was incredibly careful to place my rubber base, not my rubber base coat, my peel off base coat all the way around my cuticle, on the nail, underneath. Like, I was very careful not to get any product on my skin. Yet halfway through doing the full cover nail tips, my finger started to itch again. So at this point, I'm like, dang, I guess I can't wear nails at all. So I removed them. I went through the whole process of like really scrubbing the skin, making sure that every little bit of the product was off. And I've just been doing a regimen since they are no longer swollen or raw. Like, here was a really bad spot because the area under the nail plate had grown forward. It was up here at the time of the allergic reaction. It had started to separate. This is actually still not in pain, but it is more sensitive to touch. Like, I can feel this, my finger touching it, a lot more than I can feel here. And I think that's just for the simple fact that it was attached to the nail at one point. So now that has to grow out as well. But yeah, I mean, it was just not a pleasant experience. It wasn't anything like crazy. You know, my skin didn't fall off, my fingers didn't fall off, but it's still not like, it wasn't fun. You know, it looked like I had poison ivy. It was like blistered and itchy, and it was just so uncomfortable. Like for my fingers to even look like this at this point, I literally like day and night was putting lotion and cuticle oil and Neosporin, washing them multiple times a day to try to dry out the actual like bubbles and stuff, because they just kept swelling and it was so uncomfortable. So this is where we're at now. It's been about 2 weeks since I removed the nails, and they do look much better. I will not be applying my nails anytime soon, so unfortunately it is what it is, but that's just how I'm going to have to do it for now, for my own health and wellness. And I'm just going to have to go ahead and do my designs on press-on nail tips and take it from there and see how that process goes. But I just wanted to go ahead and share my experience. Again, like I said, my experience is not going to be your experience. It's not going to be their experience. Please seek medical advice and attention. If you think that you're having a reaction or a allergic reaction to any type of nail product, food, or anything like that, you know, don't wait. Just make sure that you seek professional medical advice, because these things can get quite nasty. Luckily for me, it was just a reaction, and it wasn't like a crazy allergic reaction or like a fungus or anything like that, or a bacterial infection. It was just a topical skin reaction. And I feel very lucky that, you know, I do have basic like understanding of how to take care of my skin. So yeah, but I mean, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share my experience and some of my little nail goodies that I will be doing my sets on moving forward until I'm 100% sure that my skin is healed up. And even then, we will be doing a very small test patch to make sure that it is not going to happen again. But thank you to everybody that has liked, followed, and subscribed to my channel. Please let me know down below if you have any experience with this type of thing. Have you had an allergic reaction? How did you handle it? What was your reaction and your approach to it? You know, or anything for that matter. You know, I'm very interested in knowing other people's perspectives on this. It definitely gave me a very eye-opening experience about how being careless with your nail product application really can be. Thanks so much for joining me today for this little talk. Please be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I hope that you'll join me for future videos.